Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Path to Recovery podcast. This is going to be episode 9. We're calling this one The Game. It's pretty simple, folks. As addicts, as people coping and dealing with issues, struggling in life, it kind of coincides with wearing a mask, but the game is something that's a little bit more creative, and it allows individuals to give other people the impression that they're doing okay, or that they are in a better recovery than they truly are. The game for me was real simple. I made sure that not too many people knew when I was drinking. And the only people that really knew was the people I went and bought the alcohol from. Because I would get the smaller bottles, and I would binge drink and just not show up for a while. Or I would come in very late and use my job as an excuse. I was pretty good at what I did. Pretty good at hiding everything from everybody. Except myself. And when people would ask me if things were okay, I'd be saying, yeah, it's great. It's great. Why? What do you think? Well, does it seem like something's wrong? I was constantly telling people something they wanted to hear rather than what the truth was. Recently, I've been talking to a few people that are recovering alcoholics or addicts from cocaine, crack, heroin, whatever it is. And I ask them, how are they feeling? And I look into their eyes when I'm asking this. I want to see what their response is. I'm trying to find out if they're being honest with themselves. They can lie to me all they want. I'm just me. I'm just some dude. But I'm trying to find out if they're being honest with themselves. As humans, we tend to have patterns in our lives, which is stuff that we're learning through the Path to Recovery, as well as the Cognitive Awareness podcast. Patterns in our lives. We tend to do certain things a certain way, and we tend to always do it a certain way. So when we're trying to cover something up, we tend to use a lot of the similar actions or responses over and over again to make sure that people are going to stop asking us the questions. A heroin addict knows what a heroin addict is doing. So when a former heroin addict is asking you, how are you today? And you've got your eyes dilated a certain way and your behavior's a certain way, or you're an alcoholic and you have this old alcohol smell on you and you're carrying yourself in the odd sense, almost like not quite sure of your steps, people will see through the pretend game that you're playing. They'll see through that neat little mask that you're wearing, trying to show us that you're something that you're not. The game is a hard truth. I just met somebody today that I haven't seen in several months. Out of town for a while, cleaning themselves up. So he comes to me and he starts talking about what he's doing today and how he's doing, and I'm no longer using Coke. Excellent, right? Awesome job. Congratulations, man. It's all what you need to make it. But in the process of how he was telling me, it was those same behaviors that he was using 6 months ago, and he'd choose the same words to use to try and convince me that he's healing or that he's making efforts to heal. Now, I'm the type of person where I will give him the benefit of the doubt. If he's telling me that, then I'm going to believe him. I'm going to say, you know what, you're right. But it's a hard battle within me to see what I'm seeing versus what I'm feeling. So where do I go with it? As a recovered alcoholic, where do I go with that emotion? How do I look at that person? How do I see them and perceive them to be? In my head, do I call them a liar? Do I tell myself, just playing the game again? They're trying to make me believe that they're better, that they're okay, that they're recovered. I understand what they're going through. The fact that they believe in their heart that they need to lie to somebody or make up a story or make it sound like it's something that it isn't. It's pretty tough for us recovered alcoholics or recovered addicts to be able to see that without passing a little bit of judgment and saying, man, yeah, I think you're lying. I think you're lying to me. Is it the right time to say, look, I get what you're trying to say to me, but dude, be honest. Just tell me how it is. Tell me you're struggling. Tell me you're having a tough time. Tell me you woke up this morning and you wanted to use again. Tell me you woke up this morning and you wanted to put your fist through a window. Tell me the truth. We've been there. We've all been there. We're going through it still. The game is hiding behind another mask, another drug. We get addicted to the game. We know that we have a tendency, if we do this, we're going to have a debt to pay. The fact that we try to create a story behind the truth and to hide it is part of our addictive behaviors, and it's part of the problem. It's so hard as someone that's trying to assist, someone that's trying to help and give people an avenue for success and recovery. It's hard for us to be able to just see it happen and face to face with it and listen to the words they use. I remember when I was doing it. I can feel that moment of throwing out a lie. I can feel that moment of trying to disguise what's really happening. I can clearly remember how I used to have guests coming over. Back when I was married, we had a house, the kids, big yard, all the beautiful stuff. And I remember when there was holidays or birthdays or whatever events, we had a perfect house for it, perfect yard. Bringing people over, showing them how everything's beautiful. Kids are happy, we're happy, everybody's happy. When everybody leaves, it's a totally different story. What goes on behind those closed doors, that's where the problem is. When people ask us, how are you doing? Give them the truth. I'm in pain. I'm not sure if I can make it today. But behind that, folks, you have to be ready to receive some love and some hope and someone caring for you and caring about where you're going next. Because we're all here to help. We're all here to love. We're here to give you hope. We hope you look at us and say, I want to be there someday. We hope you listen to these podcasts and you learn something from it and that you can fix what's happening. We can fix the pains within us. We can stop playing the game. Get out of your own way. If you want to heal, if your belief system is telling you, I believe I deserve to be healthy and happy, then let's work together and get this thought process of yours to follow that belief. Let's stop hiding behind a mask, creating an illusion. We see a lot of times when we throw out our, oh, I'm fine, I'm doing great today. We can see that we are trying to change the subject. We don't want people to ask us how we're doing when we're high or when we're struggling. We don't want people to ask us about this truth because we don't want to face it. We don't know how to cope with it. That's why we're in the situations we're in. We have lost our coping abilities, or we never were given any as children. But it's not a failure, folks. This is not us failing at anything. This is us struggling. This is us slipping, falling. What we need to do is get up. We need to shake it off. We need to look at things and say, it's time. It's time for the truth. It's time for me to tell somebody, look, I'm really going crazy. My brain is going 1,000,000 miles an hour and I want to take that next hit. I want to kill myself. I don't want to be around anymore. I can't cope with humans. I can't cope with life. My dog died. My child died. My grandmother died. I just want to go drink myself into oblivion. We have resources within our disposal all the time, all around us, that can help us get through these moments. The question is, and it always is, do you want to heal? Do you want to be free from your addiction? Do you want to be clean, sober, and happy and experience what true love really is? The love for yourself, the love within. We have to be able to step up and understand that it's up to us as individuals, and that the only way we can change is by changing how we believe, what we believe in, what we think, and how we behave. Thank you very much, folks, for listening in. I know it can be tough hearing some of these ugly truths. As a recovered alcoholic, I can tell you everything has a purpose. Hearing somebody tell you the hard, ugly truth sometimes is the exact catalyst that we need to take that next step into recovery. So thank you very much for listening in. I hope you listen into more of our podcasts. We have 3 different podcasts that are out there. Please listen to them, like them, share them, subscribe to them so that you can get notified of the next update, because we're doing these several times a week now. Each podcast has a beautiful way of helping you through one situation or another. But ultimately, we're trying to be here to help, assist, and to just be another avenue for you to try and help yourself become a loving, caring, healthy, clean, sober, beautiful person again. Thank you very much. We love you. God bless you, and we will talk to you next time.